When attempting to commercialize generative AI, I see four main challenges for businesses. One is scale. These systems are very, very large. They require a tremendous amount of data, and they require a tremendous amount of compute power to create the models from the data. There's a recent article published saying there's a underclass in Africa being employed at the rate of $10 a day to annotate videos to train autonomous driving systems. And this is only going to continue with the demands of these systems. So the scale of these systems is problematic. The second main challenge with these systems is the intellectual property associated with these massive data sets. Given their massive scope, it's very challenging to understand the provenance of every piece of information that's fed into these systems. There was recently a lawsuit by a couple of authors who claimed their books were included in the crawls used to create some of these new commercial models that are out. And it's going to be really difficult to understand whether the books were actually included or perhaps there was a blog post that was Creative Commons license that was used in the crawl, and there's going to be lots of challenges in adjudicating that. The third main challenge is understanding the validity of the output of these systems. These systems are very, very good at creating compelling textual responses that are contextually appropriate and sound very compelling, but it's very hard to determine whether the outputs are actually true. And we hear of cases where the systems are hallucinating and making up new connections or new thoughts or new bits of information that aren't actually validated fact. And then the fourth challenge, which is a new one where I'm seeing more and more discussion around, is the actual depth of understanding these systems have. Fortunately, most of human communication is pretty superficial, and so that's why these systems are going to be very, very good for a lot of interesting applications. But for detailed applications, say in a medical environment where you're using a chat tool to onboard a new patient, you need to make sure the information they're managing is absolutely correct and goes as deep as it needs to. And so there are going to be some unique challenges associated with depth of understanding with these systems.